podcast that introduces you to registered, clinical, and certified aromatherapists around the world. I'm your host, Melissa. I'm a holistic life coach and a registered aromatherapist. Join me every other week as we chat with aromatherapists and hear about their aromatic journeys and how they use essential oils in their lives and in their businesses. Hey friends, welcome to podcast episode number 9, Aromatic Chat with Karen Norland. Karen is a friend of mine through the Alliance of International Aromatherapists, and she's pretty amazing. She is a retired flight medic, as well as an aromatherapist, and she has other modalities that she uses with her clients. So I can't wait to chat with her, get to know her a little bit better so that you can find her if she meets your needs. So let's get started.
I've been a medic since 1989, been in EMS since 1986. My goal was to become a flight paramedic. I like your ink.
You'll appreciate this. Ginger, clary sage, juniper berry, rose, rosemary, cistus, black pepper. It's my aromatherapy arm.
You're missing plumeria.
That's going to go on my leg with the sea turtle. That's going to be my souvenir from living here. Thank you so much for joining me for Aromatic Chat. I appreciate your time tremendously.
Absolutely.
Let's just jump right in. So tell us a little bit more about your aromatic journey. I know that you were a flight paramedic for years, and I'm just curious to know how you ended up at aromatherapy, because I've seen the comics, right? You've seen the comic of the medics out in the field, and they're like, well, here, there's a guy laying there with his guts hanging out, and here, try some lavender. This will fix him. And then the crystals and doing all the things. So
yeah, just throw the lavender in the open wound.
So I just really want to hear how you got from medic to all the aromatherapy I see behind you in your office.
Oh, it's actually kind of funny, really. I lived all over the United States and lived overseas working as a paramedic. And when I was on the island, I really got interested because we had people from Guam, the Philippines, Hawaii, just all different, Samoa. So they would all bring their natural healing with them.
Yes.
And working in the clinic, it was interesting talking to them about, their healing modalities and when they would seek allopathic care in our clinic. So we would swap stories and stuff. And it's really cool learning about their customary healing techniques. And it really got me interested. So I enrolled in an Ayurvedic class. Now, it wasn't online. It was real distance learning, like snail mail your assignments in and not hit a button, and it automatically sends it, but snail mail.
Right. So was that back in the 90s?
Yeah, through correspondence.
Yes.
Attach it to the carrier pigeon and send them on their way. I got into it, in the first chapter, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is a whole different language. I'm not ready to learn a whole nother language. It's fascinating, but it's not what I'm looking for. So then I moved back stateside, moved up to northern Minnesota where my folks lived. And then I got a job in Boston where I currently live. Had back issues. I mean, you're not really a paramedic unless you have a bad back, right?
Yeah.
Or bad knees, bad hips, whatever. A friend of mine recommended this gal as a massage therapist. And she worked in the chiropractor's office where I went to. So I knew her. And she had gotten her massage license. She goes, I need people. I'm like, okay. So I went in and she used lavender and cypress on me. And it was the best massage I had ever had because I was like, whoa, what is this stuff? This is amazing. I didn't really like lavender mixed with the cypress. It was phenomenal.
I still feel like that about lavender.
I do too. It's not my favorite. And we had, oh my gosh, and it's so funny. We had a patient come in the hospital and he was he couldn't sleep. So he kept dousing, literally dousing himself in lavender. I smelled him when he came in the door. And ever since then, I'm like, I can't handle just straight lavender.
I like it mixed in with other essential oils. Just lavender on its own is a little bit, I have an aversion to lavender from the early 90s. But I just recently discovered this Greek lavender. Let me pull it out real quick. Greek mountain herbs. So it's a Greek lavender and it is so delicate. It is the most delicate lavender I've ever smelled.
Sandra Schuff out of Washington, she grows all of her lavender and distills it. That is one I can get behind.
Nice. That's how I feel about this Greek one. Okay, I'm sorry. Tangent.
digress. No. So after that massage, it's like, okay, I need to know more about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a couple books. Back then, aromatherapy, this was like 2000, 2001 time frame. Aromatherapy wasn't like as big as it is today. And
Right.
so the books that were out there they were few and far between. So I got my hands on a couple books, looked at it, bought some oils, just random what I thought smelled good. And after I learned a lot more, I was kind of like, oh man, I bought some junk.
I think we all started that way.
Right, right. It's like I done got snookered.
I immediately threw them away once I knew
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I don't even want to keep those in my house.
Yeah, diluted to 5%. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, diluted properly, but it's like, yeah, not what I'm after. So then I enrolled at ACHS. I thought I want to take this to a whole other level. I want to learn everything I can
Mm-hmm.
learn. You can't learn enough. You can't stop learning. There's always so much more to learn.
Yes.
So I'm still enrolled with Atlantic Institute. I'm not redoing my education because I feel like I got a really good scientific clinical education at ACHS. Now with NIST and SIL, it's more the esoteric type energetic that I'm getting into now, and I
Nice.
absolutely love it. So it's just I like studying under different mentors, and
Absolutely.
I just
Okay.
want to expand my knowledge
Knowledge
base.
base. Yeah. So that's actually my next question. Like, what do people come to you for as an aromatherapist? But also, I know that you have your own brand. So that's two different things.
It
But
is
which one would you like to talk about first?
what we're treating clients for, I guess. Lots of stress, especially nowadays with
Right.
the Rona going around. There's people that are totally freaked out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely Rona.
we tackle the stress of that and the
Okay.
fear. We try and tackle their fear of it. And with my medical background, I feel like I can do that effectively because I can explain how a virus works and so then we kind of get the fear calmed down and it's like, okay, then we can travel into what do I do if I get the Rona? What can I do to help my symptoms lessen and that type of thing? What can you do to kill germs in the house, and wipe your surfaces down? That's more on the natural realm instead of, burning your lungs with some Lysol.
As an asthmatic, the idea of just, I can't.
Hmm.
So tell us about your brand.
Oh, my brand, Northern Prairie
Yeah.
Aromatherapy, is my
Yes.
brand. I'm going to rebrand. I'm going to keep my Northern Prairie Aromatherapy as my client-based business, but then I'm going to rebrand into Blue Line Botanicals.
Say it again.
Blue Line Botanicals.
I love it.
It's since my husband's we're a law enforcement family, and it also go along with the trauma yoga that I teach and
Mhm.
teaching with the sheriff's office yoga. So it will kind of go hand in hand, and I've already got the label planned, and I'm working with a graphic designer on it. So I'm
Wow.
really excited about it.
That's great. So, but right now, where can people find Northern Prairie? You're like in a storefront, right?
Right. I'm in McIntosh, Minnesota with a brick and mortar. I'm located inside the Ginger Junker. It just works. It
Sure.
works. We get a
Yeah.
lot of people in, but then they can find me at www.npaoils.com.
Okay.
And that's
So,
my online retail. I don't have everything on there yet. Still working on that because I've added a lot of new product this year. And we're diving more into like herbalism as well, too. Just
oh,
we're
nice.
nicking that surface.
Okay. Is that also where people can find you if they wanted to work with you as an aromatherapist?
They can call my business
Okay.
phone too, and that's just my cell phone, which is on the website as
Okay.
well.
So, do you work primarily with people in your area or
Mhm.
do you work with people all over?
I like to do the face to face because then I can get a good vibe from them on where they're coming from, and
Right.
because I think that face to face interaction is really good, especially if we're working on stress and anxiety and that sort of thing.
Excellent. Did you listen to the episode with Lugina Quiros? She has branded what she calls, like neuro-linguistic programming, but this is aromatic programming. Yeah, go back
Nice.
and listen to her episode. It's really cool.
Yeah, I will do that.
So your business, I mean, you're kind of in a pivoting point right
Hmm.
now, right?
Yep.
So what would you say is the biggest stumbling block in all of this?
Marketing, marketing, and more
More
marketing. And
marketing.
that's getting better because my business partner is phenomenal at marketing. Another one is I would rather be creating blends and working with people than doing my bookkeeping. Bookkeeping absolutely sucks. I use QuickBooks because that's the best that I have, but man, it pisses me off.
Okay.
Especially when you get behind. If you get behind, you're
Yeah,
just,
you can't, it's almost impossible to catch back up. So have you hired that out yet?
nope, and I'm not going to. I will continue to do it myself. And I have Margie, who's my business partner. I love her to death. She's given me a good swift kick to get it done every month. When I have a day full of sales, go home and put it right into QuickBooks.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of manual work. So eventually I'll have to find a different software program where I can just manually, where it just is all downloaded like from Square. But it's a pain. So when I move my office to the shop, I'll have my computer there and I won't leave the shop until it's done.
Oh, good.
She won't let me leave the shop until it's
I
done.
like her. But that is a common problem though, right? Because
Yeah,
we're healers,
right.
right? We don't
We're
want to be
bookkeepers.
doing books. We want to be helping people get well. We want
Exactly. I don't want to be crunching numbers. That's,
exactly.
I could go off on a whole tangent with that one, but I won't.
No, I get it. I get it though. You know, we want to help people. We don't want to be doing
Stuck
the,
behind
yeah,
a
stuck
computer.
behind a computer doing the book work. Yeah, that's a real pain. Yeah, but
Mhm.
you know, as you know, business coaches, they tell you make your list.
Right.
On this side are the things that I absolutely have to do, and on this side are the things that I can let other people do.
Hmm.
Eventually, we need to get to the point where there's more that we're letting other people do.
Right.
Yeah, to maintain
Well,
our own sanity. So what's getting you really excited right now? What's
oh,
lighting you up? What are you like chomping at the bit to share with the world?
yoga. I'm actually, it's going to help me rehab my hip because I had my hip replaced. Brand spanking new hip back in August. I'm still having issues with it. So, and yoga is going to be a way to help me, number one, help other people, but yet help myself with rehab and getting those muscles flexible again. I
So you're
went,
a yoga instructor?
I am, I
Okay.
am. I have been since 2015, but just haven't done a whole lot of it because I like to teach from my mat, and I was hurting so bad I couldn't even do yoga. We demoed the room yesterday all day. It was like a 14-hour day of anger management, ripping down walls and kicking walls out. Oh, it was great. Tomorrow we'll go in and we'll fill holes, and then we start to paint. This is like 100-year-old building that we're dealing with. The
Okay.
total building is like 10,000 square feet. And this is just an area upstairs, kind of in the attic area, but it's a huge room up there. It's going to be a lot of fun to teach up there.
Is this at the Ginger Junker?
Yep. And
Nice.
there's attic.
Oh my goodness, that sounds great.
Yeah. And there's other, how do I put it? Other residents that are in the building, other presences that are in the building that are interesting to deal with. So I'm hoping that I don't have to ask them to leave, that they will behave while I'm teaching my yoga. We're going to be doing, I think, some haunted tours come
Oh,
late
cool.
September and October in the
Ooh,
building.
very cool.
So I may add haunted yoga and just let them be and let them interact. So we'll see.
Have you heard of that? There's an app that I was
Mhm.
introduced to when I went to Hawaii. I went to Hawaii for the ACHS continuing education. They did a haunted tour and there's an app. I can't remember the name of it that's supposed to be able to detect the electromagnetic energy.
Margie actually like interact with them. She has a couple tools that we use to chat with them. I can't hear them. I can feel them. I can feel them when they're close or when they're wanting to interact. And I'm like, okay, Margie, what are they saying?
Interesting.
It is. And I tell my husband this and he thinks I'm absolutely like batshit crazy, but whatever.
Well, that's really cool. Haunted yoga.
Yeah.
I
So
think you
it's,
should totally do it.
oh, I think we will come, September, October timeframe is when we'll introduce it and
That sounds great.
something you normally don't have haunted yoga.
Right. If I ever became a yoga instructor, it would be like metal yoga. We would have to
Mhm.
be doing, yoga to metal.
I was talking to one of my friends, she's a massage therapist, and she was working on me today. And I said, I just need to, I don't do foo-foo yoga, all this namaste and a heart center. No, it's down and dirty yoga.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get there. We're going to pound through it. We're just going to.
That's awesome.
And she's like, you need to call it that.
Yes.
Yes,
down and dirty yoga. I love it. That's a yoga class I could get behind.
Oh yeah. And it's like, if you want to drink, bring your fireball. Come on.
Nice. I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I want to come to your yoga class.
I teach cops. I can't be foo-foo with cops. And I'm not a foo-foo person.
Right.
I'm blunt. It's in your face. We're done.
I just want to exercise.
I want to get sweaty.
Exactly.
I want to get fit. I want to get stretchy and bendy.
Yep.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's get down and dirty. Let's do it.
Down and dirty.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So hip replacement, yoga, sounds like you have a lot of self-care things happening in your life to be able to get back to this place where you actually can do the yoga. So tell us a little bit about self-care for you.
Well, today it was chiropractor this morning. Massage this afternoon. I have another massage scheduled for tomorrow, more of a cupping. She will bring you up off the table, going after those muscles. Tomorrow will be a little bit more relaxing, but it's not a relaxing massage. It's still like very therapeutic, elbows and knees. And like summertime is the best. Right now we're in the throes of winter. Not a whole lot of self-care really goes on in the winter except to stay warm. We're coming up on some of the coldest temps we've had this season. It's going to be minus 30, I think, tomorrow night.
Can you say that one more time for the people who might not be living in your area? What's the temperature going to be tomorrow night?
Minus 30 actual. Our high is not going to be a high, but it is going to be minus 15.
Wow.
They're calling for deadly wind chills because it's very blustery up here. We're on the edge of a river valley. We run diffusers as humidifiers, and we hibernate. We watch a lot of movies.
Current favorite movie. What's your favorite movie right now?
Oh, current favorite movie. Holy crap. I like action flicks. Give me Transformers, Iron Man.
Nice. I love action movies as well. So do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Have you seen the new Jack Ryan series with, what's his name? John Krasinski?
No, it sounds like I might have to.
So there's 2 seasons. There's only 2 seasons. And I'm telling you, when you sit down and you press play, you will sit there the rest of the weekend until the season is over. So good.
I will have to do some binge watching.
Here we are with Jack Ryan again, but I love those movies. And now it's a series, and John Krasinski is killing it as Jack Ryan.
I'll have to definitely watch that. We like The Mandalorian, so we're watching that. I don't like the slice and dice, gore, scary movies. If I want that, I'll just go back to work.
There you go. Yeah. This is a part that a lot of people struggle with, but some people are like, oh, I got that. What are your top 3 favorite essential oils?
I've given this a lot of thought. Cistus is one, because I like the ethereal, where it brings me in a meditation. Eucalyptus, because it's so clearing. I think eucalyptus just really clears out a lot of negative energy. It's so refreshing, and it's just a really good in your face kind of smell. Jasmine is another one. Love jasmine. I don't know, it kind of brings out the feminine, I think. I've never been in a feminine career, so it kind of softens things a little bit.
Softens the edges.
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
I know that you feel it. You feel the roughness. You feel the sharp edges, but you do not give that off. I want you to know that.
Well, that's because I'm on camera.
Yes and no. You don't give off that appearance, that feeling. I don't get that feeling from you of the rough edges.
Oh, good. It's there. It's like I can be extremely salty.
Oh, I can too.
Oh yeah. It's like I'll call a spade right there.
When my husband and I first got married, he was embarrassed by my mouth. We went to visit his parents and they were like, does she talk like that all the time?
Does she eat with that mouth?
It was pretty rough, but I was in the military, right? I was a security policeman. Right. I was 5'4", 130 pounds. Nobody would listen to me if I didn't speak that way.
Same with being as a medic.
Yeah.
Nobody's going
to take you seriously if you're nice to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, can I put a Band-Aid on that for you?
Come here. I need you to be still so I can get this IV in you so you don't die. No, they won't listen to you. That's funny.
But it is what it is, right?
Takes all kinds to make the world go around.
Sure does.
Yeah, sure does. So what are you working on right now that's got you really excited? You did mention the yoga studio. Is there something else? The rebranding.
Working out for the rebranding. That's going to take some time, but that's okay. I got time. And just getting everything moved into the junker, having like a real day job again. Like
That would
I'm
be
not going
so
to get
nice.
paid unless I make myself get paid.
Right.
So it's like a little bit of extra work.
Are you also going to be working with clients at the junker? Like, will
Mhm.
people be able to come to you for consultations there?
Absolutely. Yep. We're designing an office that will have insulated walls and we'll have privacy. We're getting a hobbit door, a nice rounded door. It's
Very
so
cool.
Yeah, Margie's husband is building that for us, or he's supposed to be building it for us.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, so I'll be able to see clients there. We're hoping to be open more than just a Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We want to be open like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and
That-
it's fun. If I'm gone from there for a couple days, I miss it. I miss the building. I mean, that sounds so weird. The energetics there are insane, off the charts. It takes a lot of energy to move an object. They mess with my oils like no tomorrow. I have my testers all alphabetized and in order, and I'll come in and they'll be alphabetized backwards. I mean, they would hide my grapefruit and I'd find it upstairs or in another room. And I'm like, why?
Instead of why, maybe start asking them, what is it about the grapefruit? Instead of why did you take the grapefruit? What is it about the grapefruit? Ask a different question. What is
That's
it
a
about
good
the
idea.
grapefruit specifically? Because if it's an oil that they don't like, then you can take it home with you each night.
Exactly.
Because maybe
'Cause
they
if
do like it. Maybe they like it and they want to take it. I don't know.
and if they do, I'll throw it in the diffuser for them.
Before you go home at night. I'm right, exactly.
Right.
You have to inhabit the same space. Let's figure out how to
Exactly.
inhabit the same space.
Just cohabitate
Yeah.
peacefully.
What is it? Tell me what it is and I will make it happen.
Right. So yeah, I miss the building when I'm not there for a couple, 3 days.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
I'm excited for your yoga space, the rebranding. My mind over here is like churning with
Mhm.
ideas for you
Yeah,
for with your rebranding. And I know you've probably already have the same ones, but I'm just so excited because what a
Right.
market to be reaching.
And not just that. I mean, it's my regular market.
Yes, it's your regular market, but not everybody knows about you and your regular market. And this is a way to start reaching the broader market.
Right.
Oh, that's
Right.
exciting. That's really
I'm looking
exciting.
forward to designing the website. That's going to be fun.
I'm so excited for you.
Good stuff. Good stuff coming down the pike.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time and for coming on and chatting with me. And my hope always is that people will be able to find you. And I know you mentioned earlier on in our podcast where people can find you, but can you refresh our memory one more time?
Sure. npaoils.com.
So Northern Prairie Aromatherapy, npaoils.com. That's great. And if they're in the local area, they can find you
At the Ginger Junker.
That's great.
Getting bendy with haunted yoga.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate this. I'm glad we were able to connect and get this done.
Finally. It took a while, but we finally made it happen.
Yay! All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. You take care. Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to Aromatic Chat. Be sure to look at the show notes for all of the links mentioned in today's Aromatic Chat. This is your host, Melissa, your holistic life coach and registered aromatherapist. You can find me on the web at www.lemonbalmcoaching.com. If you enjoy Aromatic Chat, be sure to leave a review. I will see you in a couple of weeks with our next episode. Until then, peace, love, and aromatics.